Good morning, everybody. Judea Hartley here. All right, y'all, welcome back to the one and only AM show. And we have a very, very special guest who is in the building with us today. She is an empowerment speaker. Yes, she is, because I've heard you speak and I've been empowered. She is a wellness coach. She has over 30 years of experience. She's a wellness advocacy coach. She has her own CEO, her own business. She's the boss of her own company. And you guys, I cannot wait to chat with her further. So without further ado, would you show your love for the one, the only Miss Lashelle Bolton? Miss Lashelle Bolton, so glad to see you. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Judea.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm going to get right into the meat of like the sandwich. I want you to show us your shirt.
Okay.
There you go.
Glory.
So, I love this. I love that you have merchandise to go along with your business, and we're going to get into all of the things. But before we do, I want you to take us back to the genesis, right?
Yeah.
When did you realize you wanted to serve as an advocate for wellness and health? When did you realize you wanted to start your own business?
Wow. So we could go back, really, really back, but we only have a few minutes here.
Tell us.
So I have always struggled with my size, weight loss, just what I deemed was healthy. And for years, even when I was working in corporate, I would be the one that started the Biggest Loser challenges at work and always had an interest in it. And so I worked in healthcare management, and I always read a lot of charts. And whether I was coding the charts or auditing the charts, and I would see people with so many comorbidities. So it would be—
What is that?
A comorbidity would be a disease that a person has been diagnosed with, that they're trying to manage, either through lifestyle, medication, etc. So diabetes, high blood pressure, chronic obesity, depression, all of these things that just became a part of a person. And I knew that I didn't want that to be my story. And specifically in Black and Brown communities, that is what we were struggling with. So I began to just study nutrition and study health coaching. So I went to school for health coaching, which was the Integrative Institute of Nutrition, IIN, shout out, and became a health coach in 2018. A lot of health coaches don't look like me. I'm thick, I have curves, but I'm healthy, and I wanted to really tell that story. So by 2019, God gave me glory, not guilt. Because of so many years of feeling guilty about starting a program and dropping off, whether it be the big names, Weight Watchers or Atkins or all of these things, but I couldn't stick to it. And I would just be ridden with guilt. And then the tagline came, grace cancels guilt. And so if we just give ourselves grace, receive grace, accept grace, many people don't even believe that they deserve grace. And it began to really just flow from a weight loss movement to just a wellness movement.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. You really, really just took me in. You really have that sidebar. You have that power to really just captivate an audience. I felt like I was going on that journey with you. Like as you're speaking, I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, I wonder what that was like for her emotionally, and when did she pivot and make the change to not shame her body? You know what I mean? We're gonna get into all of that because I believe in peeling an onion. So we are gonna get into that. But first, okay, I want you to take us back. When did you realize, Lashelle, for you, that your esteem wasn't as high as you wanted it to be because you mentioned of your size, because of that?
So I don't know the
Beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Thank you. Don't make me blush.
Gorgeous, just saying.
I don't know the exact moment.
Yeah.
But I realized that there was a process that I stopped looking for validation.
Yeah.
If I decided to wear something and then maybe I entered a room and someone complimented me, I immediately started to say, oh, this old thing. Oh, I had this for a while. Oh, this is from Target. Oh, and just started to really, I was continually dumbing down who I was once I entered rooms. But I realized that it was just a transformation that came from really getting to know me. Now, something did click once I turned 50.
Yeah.
I have to tell you.
Yeah.
There's something about being in that decade where it's just like, this is all of me.
Yes.
And I may have less years on the next side than I have lived. And so with that being said, I gotta be all who I am.
Yeah.
And so I began to really love and accept who I am while always keeping a growth mindset. That's imperative.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say, I love who I am. I accept myself and I love myself through this journey, but I always have room to grow.
Yeah.
I think complacency is like a death sentence.
Yeah. I agree. Oh my God, I agree so much with you. And I love your story. We're going to get into everything that you do. I love your story because I think that so many people, especially in today's society, they are not content with themselves. They don't know where to begin. They know what they have to do. Yes. They know what they want to do. They know where they want to be, but they don't know how to get there. Exactly. They need some kind of partnership, some kind of advocate, some kind of mentor to get them there. No, and that's exactly what you do. I love your unapologeticness, by the way, because I think you're right. It comes to a turning point in our lives where we go, you know what? This is who I am, and guess what? I'm so cool with her. Yes. I am okay with who she is. I mean, old versions of myself, current versions of myself. I am not beating up myself for my transformation and my evolution. I love that. Yes. So you mentioned that back in 2018, you became a health coach. Yes. For those who may be unaware, explain to us, what exactly does a health coach do?
I will explain that, but I do want to mention one thing, if that's okay.
Yes.
When we talk about the body, right, and we talk about just accepting it, many of us go through life-changing events that can shift our body dramatically. Yeah. And it takes us a while to become comfortable in this body. And for me, I was a teenage mom. And so my body changed dramatically at a very young age, where it took me a long time, decades, to then come back to what was normal and what was the natural path of my acceptance, because I didn't understand the curves and the things that happen when your body changes from pregnancy before it really was due, if that makes sense,
of course.
Right? So I just want to even speak to the audience that for reasons that are, they're like these traumatic shifts in your body. It can be illness. It could be something that shifts it. So it takes you a while to come back. Now, what does a health coach do? A health coach is a voice and an advocate that can actually be like a liaison between a patient and a provider.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. So you shine a light on issues that the patient may be unaware of. Or they maybe need somebody to hold their hand and take them through the journey of wellness and health, not from a medicinal way, but really from a coaching way. So if your provider says, you know what, you have to lose 50 pounds because you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and you're borderline diabetes, right? So the provider, and shout out to our medical providers, and I know that it's shifting. There's a lot more holistic providers, but many providers go to school to teach, to
prescribe.
Yeah.
To prescribe medicines, where a health coach can say, in addition to that medicine, let's now talk about the root of the why. Why did we get here?
Yeah.
What is it? What is your relationship with food? What is your relationship? You ask a lot of questions along the journey, and then you sort of partner with the providers.
Oh my God, I love
Yeah.
that. It's like a therapist for your health.
For your health.
That's essentially what it is, because
Yes.
oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah.
Because so many people just very, very cut dry, very, very black and white. Well, you need to lose 60 pounds because your hemoglobin A1C level is this 5.8 or 5.9. But it's the why.
It's the why.
It's the why. It's the how.
Yes.
How
Yes.
they got to where they are. And if you
Yes.
don't discover the how, chances are they are going to have diabetes,
Yes.
type 1 or type 2 diabetes. Yeah, because we didn't really get to the root of why I am in the position that I'm in today.
That's right.
Like maybe it's because I'm depressed, maybe it's because of grief, maybe it's because I don't have an accountability partner, maybe
right.
it's because I don't have a workout partner,
Yes.
partnership. I love what you do. Now, I really want you to decipher the difference between health and wellness. I know they're cousins.
Oh, I love that.
I know they're cousins.
Yes.
I know that they are intertwined, but they stand alone on their own definition.
Yes.
Convey that
Yes.
to us.
So health really is a state of being.
Yeah.
Right? It is a little bit more cut and dry. Your health really is much more defined by numbers. It can, and not
Right.
weight, not just scale,
Right.
but health can be measured. It's measurable by blood work. It's measurable by various medical tests,
Yeah.
right? That's really your health. Where your wellness really is a state of being. It's a state of being. It is wellness. So I got a divine definition of wellness about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And it really is, for me, it's honoring yourself enough to make daily choices that propel your, to make daily choices that propel your daily habits and then elevate every pillar of your life.
Yes.
So wellness is about
Yes.
honor. Wellness is about, oh, I love that. I felt that
That
when
is
I said
good.
that. Wellness is about honor.
Yeah.
Wellness is about, this is the habit that I'm creating that's now creating a system for my life because I want to honor this area of my life. So wellness could be, you know what? Whenever I go into this particular job,
Yeah.
I feel my heart palpitating.
Yeah.
I feel anxiety coming on.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not connected anymore in my core.
Yeah.
I'm not well here.
Ooh.
And so,
that was good.
and so then the question is, so now what's next?
Yeah.
Do we live in that state of, because your body is going to react when it's not in homeostasis, when it's not in balance.
Oh my God.
It's going to react.
Make me cry.
Oh, don't cry.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yes. Wellness is, when I get that phone call from that person,
Yeah.
I already know I'm not going to get a word in. I already know I'm going to be dumped on. I already know that this is going to take me out of balance. And so now what's next? Where's my boundaries? Where are my boundaries? And so those are the things that I help to coach people through, that it's okay to have boundaries.
Yeah.
It's even with very close family members. We have to preserve ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is what wellness is, and this is why God told me that this goes so far beyond the physical, beyond the weight. The weight actually is not always what is on the scale, not on the natural or physical scale. There's other scales.
Yeah.
There's other scales
Yeah.
that we have to weigh.
Oh
Okay.
my God. That was so good. Like I just started tearing up because I'm not well when I enter here.
Jesus.
I'm not well when I talk to you.
Right.
I don't feel well in this environment. And I'm not going to say I do to please you. And oh my goodness, you know what's so sad? That so many people are unaware that that wellness exists and that it matters.
Right.
No, I meant that. It's like, you don't, oh, well, whatever. You're saying whatever because you don't know. Because you don't know. You don't know how important that is. Wait, I want us to dive into this a little bit more. I'm going to get myself talking about we're going to get.
Okay.
Yeah, you the one that's crying. It's you, girl. It's you, girl. You dragging Miss Lashelle in that girlish shoe. So I'm going to get myself a tissue. We are going to take a quick commercial break. And Miss Powerful Lashelle Bolton, I want you to pick it right back up. We're going to get into your ideas and your ideologies on wellness. We're going to get into, of course, glory, not guilt, all of the things. Y'all, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back with so much goodness with the one and only Lashelle Bolton. We'll be right back, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I said 8 p.m.
There she is, y'all. Oh my God, I love it. Our special guest, woo, for this morning, the one and only Miss Lashelle Bolton. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, for everyone who is just now tuning in, I'm going to give you a 10-second recap, y'all. Lashelle Bolton is a wellness advocate, a wellness coach. I mean, she's had over 30 years of experience in the wellness field, the medical wellness field. Of course, she has her own business entitled Glory, Not Guilt Merchandise. I have my sweatshirt. I can't wait to put it on. But before the break, boy, I really had to gather myself. I forgot the cameras was rolling. That was a real moment, Lashelle.
Wow.
Before the break, you guys, Lashelle was really deciphering the difference between health and wellness. And she mentioned that health really just speaks to numbers, right? This is your weight, this is your blood pressure level, cholesterol level, etc. Wellness, it's really honor. See how I'm an intentional listener? I'm like, wait, that really touched me.
Yeah.
She said wellness is honor. It's making intentional decisions that are going to propel your life in every area.
Yes.
It's like, okay, wait, let me move with intentionality here. Let me pay attention to how I feel when I get around certain people, when I make decisions, and when I get in certain environments.
Yes.
So we talked a little bit about during the commercial break, getting out of your head, right?
Yeah.
Getting out of your head so you won't be paralyzed by fear.
Right.
So you can move forward and empower others.
Right.
I'm curious, what was that process like, getting out of your head in regards to your health and wellness?
Yes. Great question, Judea. It's still a process. I have to get out of my head sometimes a couple times a day.
Yes.
Because when you're called to do something, right, but you don't feel like you have arrived there yet, you have to fight the imposter syndrome. You have to fight esteem. You have to fight fear. But I realized, I was talking to somebody the other day, and she said, you know, when I look at you and I think of glory, I immediately think of resilience. She said, because regardless of how many times you may fall down or pause, I constantly see you on your social. You're taking the walks, you're riding the bikes, you're doing something new, you're making the meals, you're not stopping. And so I am making impact because I'm still going through with my audience, with those that are connected to me, with those that come to my conferences. They see the journey, and so it's so authentic. It's so real. And that requires a balance too. Because when you really are the voice that can be of influence, you have to also, you can be real, but you can't vomit. It's really, you can't, because people are looking for help. And not that I'm sitting higher, but there's a place and a time for everything.
You serve as inspiration.
Yes. So getting out of my head, and for me, I have to go to prayer. I have to use prayer for it. Getting out of my head is my affirmations.
Yeah.
Getting out of my head really is surrounding my husband.
Yeah.
Helps me get out of my head.
Yeah.
Big time. He is we would have to do a whole segment on
I love
him.
that.
Yeah, he helps me get out of my head for sure. And then just really strong people around me that speak into me.
I love that. Oh my God, you have so much gold to offer. I'm gonna get in all of these questions, even if I have to move faster. We're gonna get it in because you have so many things to say. I love it. Now I want you to talk to me about your conferences. What do your conferences look like? What do they do for men and women?
Honey, so the most recent conference was the Worship and Wellness Conference 24, was last week, October 19th.
Oh my
yes,
God.
It was last week. And the conference is a place of information, inspiration, right? Education, transformation.
Got it.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Because we do combine the subject matter experts for various areas of wellness, along with worship, along with whatever level of healing is needed. It's so much love at the conference and so much grace, so much networking. And so you leave with practical tools and strategies that can take you to your next destination, along with the revitalization of the Holy Spirit.
It's so true. I love that you have spirituality there and you have the physicality there. Like, let's not just go to church. Let's actually go to church and then let's go over here and find out what we can do to better our health. Now, you mentioned different areas of wellness.
Oh, yeah.
Dish on that a bit.
Yes. So the 4 pillars of glory is, and there's many different pillars for many different organizations. But glory is bundled into 4 pillars: nutrition, movement, rest, and peace. So very quickly, nutrition, of course, is going to be what we feed ourselves. But it's not just food. It's not just primary food. Right? So what are you eating? What are you taking into your psyche?
What are you listening to?
What are you listening to?
What are you watching?
What is nourishing you? All right? That's nutrition. Movement is literally movement. If you can give yourself 20 minutes of focused movement per day, you're already ahead of the curve. There are some people who say, well, I get these steps, I walk all day, so on and so forth. But is it start and stop, or is it focused? So you do need to get that heart rate up. Yes. And then rest is truly resting your mind. Finding things that take you into a place of stillness. Detoxing from social media and things of that nature, things that give you rest. And then peace speaks to your spirituality. It speaks to, the honor that you have, understanding that you don't have to do this life alone. And creating boundaries around your life that foster your peace. You have to protect your peace. You have to protect your peace. Finally, you will find peace with a growth mindset.
I love that.
It's very difficult to operate in a place of peace if you have a fixed mindset and you just say, I am who I am. This
is me accepted. No, I don't like that. You should always be striving.
That's fake peace.
It is. It is.
It's fake.
It's so true. Okay, so I'm curious, what does a regular Thursday look like in your life?
So honestly,
with your clientele, what does that look like?
Yes. So I am actually, I guess what they would call a hybrid, or maybe even tribrid, if I make that up, because not only do I operate Glory, which is a nonprofit, the apparel is for profit, but the community is nonprofit. So not only do I operate that, but I still work for a large teaching academic center in the area of not wellness, in the area of compliance, healthcare compliance. So we have that. And then I pastor alongside my husband. So I don't ever have a normal Thursday.
I know, I get it.
My weekdays, in the from 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever it is usually designed to honor my job. And then I may have workshops scheduled. I may have calls that are scheduled. I may be planning a conference or creating content or things of that nature for Glory. There's always something in the mix.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So I love that the Glory, Not Guilt, that's the nonprofit.
Yes.
And it's a catered to men and women.
Men and
I love
children.
That. And children, inclusivity.
Yes.
Love that. So that's nonprofit. And of course, the merchandise and all of the other apparel,
Yes.
that's where the revenue, that's the for-profit.
Yes.
What do you want people to know about Glory, Not Guilt? Like, if you know what I mean? How do you
Yeah.
pitch yourself to new clients?
Yes.
When they ask you, Lashelle, what is this? And
Yeah.
how can I be a part of it?
Yeah. So Glory Not Guilt, the nonprofit, is a faith-based movement, ministry, mission that is empowering and educating men, women, and children on the power of wellness. The power of wellness. And we provide tools that allow people to ask themselves questions about the choices that they make and the longevity that they desire to have in their lives. And so those tools come in all forms, whether it be digital products. I have something every second Tuesday of the month called the Wellness Room. It's virtual and it's called A Safe Space to Heal. And so we take a topic, whether it be your finances, it could be wellness. It's so large and it just keeps going. And so we take topics that the community asks for, and then we provide subject matter experts, because I'm not the subject matter expert in everything. I have a base knowledge, but we provide subject matter experts to help you unpack the barriers that are keeping you from your next level.
Oh, I love that. Do you actually exercise with clients?
We have. So we started with something called Holy Motion.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. And so we take gospel playlists and we just move with them.
I love
We
that.
just move with them. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I want to know, because I really need to meal prep and it's been haunting me forever and I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
What is a good, healthy, and balanced lunch, dinner, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I love that.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, a healthy meal is going to combine a little bit of fat, healthy fat. It's going to have protein. You want to start with a protein base. And if you're not an animal eater, then your protein base can be something plant-based. It could be black beans, etc. So you always want protein, fiber, a little bit of fat just to slow it down in the digestive system. Those are really your components there. Tons of veggies. You can incorporate veggies in every single meal. I know a lot of people are sort of looking at eating windows now, whether it be intermittent fasting. So the first meal of the day, whatever time of the day that is, start it with some protein.
Gotcha.
Yes, because if you start it with something that has high sugar, then your body is going to immediately start with insulin. It's going to start producing insulin.
It's so true.
So if you notice,
it's not good for you.
Right, and if you notice, I'll
Good.
take it very layman. If I start my day with a bagel, by lunchtime, I'm gonna want some rice.
Yeah.
By 4 o'clock, I'm
Fried
gonna
chicken.
want exactly.
Fried chicken. I get
Totally.
it. I get
so your
it.
body is craving that. But if I start with, egg whites and spinach omelet and maybe a piece of whole grain toast or something like that, I go longer.
That's so true.
Because I'm quieting my body.
Yeah, I'm quieting my body. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Okay, so I have about 2 minutes left with you. I've learned so much.
Yes.
I have 2 more questions. We're gonna get it in these 2 minutes. First question, in your opinion, what are the top 3 elements that affect our health and our wellness, especially in the Black and brown community?
Wow. Stress
Yeah.
is the first one. Not knowing your purpose.
Oh, uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
No direction.
Right. And then not having access to healthy food.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why did you hit that on the nose in that short amount of time? Why is that so true? I've been, I don't want to say a victim, but I've experienced all three of those.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am stressed out, and
Yes.
healthy food is expensive. Oh my God, that's so true.
Yes.
And I want you to tell me, in what ways or in what way do you honor yourself?
I honor myself, Judea, daily by doing something that I love to do.
Ooh.
It could be very small.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's finding the right lotion that smells wonderfully and putting on that lotion.
Yeah.
You know, taking time to take a quick 30-minute walk or 20-minute walk. Calling a loved one that I know is gonna make me laugh. When I talk to my sister, I know that we're gonna have a good conversation.
Yeah.
So regardless, even if I work a 15-hour day,
Yeah.
Lashelle's gonna do something that she enjoys.
Oh my God,
Something.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh God, now you're gonna make me cry all over again. No, I love that because I think that there are so many days where I'm not intentional in that area, but it's so important for me to be intentional in that area, especially because of the many different directions I'm pulled in, especially because my many different hats are demanding. Now, some people go to work and they go home, and we ain't tripping on you. If you do that, Lashelle, you know, we don't do that. That's fine if you do that. But I'm not gonna lie to make you feel better. That's not my life.
Right.
You know that, being a pastor. I don't do that. My life looks very, very, very different from yours.
Yes.
So this wellness and this health, this is something that I need so much. Oh my goodness, I've learned a lot.
You're worth it.
Thank you.
You're worth
Thank
it.
you for telling me that.
Yes.
Which I'm giving up for the one and only Lashelle Bolton. Oh my goodness. You were so great, Lashelle. I want you to tell all of our supporters where they can find you on social media to keep up with what you got going on, passion projects, the next conferences, etc.
All right, so you can find Glory Not Guilt on Instagram under the handle Glory Not Guilt. You can find our podcast on all platforms. It's My Wellness Matters. And the next conference will actually be a get-together. It's going to be on March 29th. I'm sorry, it's a little bit for along the way, but www.glorynotguilt.com. We are always doing something virtual. Please follow us. Please subscribe. We are looking to take this further, just as far as the Lord desires for us. So I thank you for your time.
Oh my God, I love it. One more time, Lashelle Bolton, show your love. Thank you. Fantastic. Fantastic. We're going to head on over to a quick commercial break, but don't you go anywhere. We have so much more of the AM show when we return. Fantastic.
Oh my gosh.